see if this time around we can't get it right. Refugee, I don't know if you can hear me. Refugee, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Is she on?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Now I can. Thank goodness. I hope you're well, Refugee, and the line holds up. Let's go straight to it. What is self-care in a relationship? Self-care, self-love, what is that? How do you define it? And how does it really manifest itself in an intimate relationship where two people are supposed to be loving each other and I would assume loving less of yourself?
Never loving less of yourself, never ever. So in terms of love, is actually you have to do it around and believe that this is self-care that motivates you.
I
Engage in self-care, which is the sound of exercise, pursuing your personal goals.
Can you try Refugee again, perhaps on a better line, because I'm battling to hear her, and I think intermittently she's audible and then she's not again. So let's try to get Refugee again so that we can do justice to this conversation. And Refugee Hamidi is a relationship and dating coach. If you've just joined us, give us a shout. Maybe you can tell us, how do you take care of yourself in your relationship? Do you take a holiday by yourself without your partner just to recharge, to reboot, and just to make sure that you're feeling a little bit better, energized, a bit of activity here and there? What do you do? Do you go to a spa, and do you feel guilty after doing that? I would feel guilty. I would. Having gone on a 2-week holiday in Italy and having a great time, and my partner would have remained behind and perhaps not be part of it, and I come back and I say, I was just rebooting, and this was self-care, self-love. Does it work that way? 072-702-1702. Refugee, let's try her again. Refugee, I hope this time it's much better. Can you hear me?
I don't think so, but I think you hear me.
Yes, I can. I just need you to be a bit more audible. And I'm not too sure if you're on a speakerphone, but I just need the volume to go up a little bit. Are you still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better, much better. Thanks, Refugee. Yeah, we were just defining what self-care is in the context of a relationship. Is it selfishness?
Definitely not selfish. In fact, it is how you want the relationship by really being examples of showing up for ourselves, but having that mindset that we deserve to be respected, being careful, being happy, and
I really think that we have like get back to you in a short while. It's 40 minutes after 11.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we at 702 are committed to doing every day. We are also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comments, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way and you feel we are not living up to the code, let us know on comments at 702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. Email bccsa@nabsa.co.za. Visit bccsa.co.za.
In 2024, business isn't just about the bottom line, but also about people. Liberty Corporate Benefits believes that what matters to people matters to business. Join the Liberty Leading Edge Symposium on the 15th of November in the Sentin International Convention Center and join top experts as they explore maximizing effect of care, and then how fostering a culture of care drives growth, enhances employee well-being, and creates positive societal impact. To register, visit liberty.co.za/Leading Edge Symposia.
Festive season is around the corner, so let it hooray and let mouse. Well, I don't feel going home because I have a Nedbank Just Invest account, so I'll be up this festive season. No borrowing, guys. Even you, Mr. Voiceman.
Must be nice to be you, Mabel. Mina, you can also be like Mabel and earn up to 8.5% interest. Open yours via the Money app in under 2 minutes. See what...
In 400 meters, turn left onto Winnie Mandela Drive. Take the next left onto Winnie Mandela Drive. Continue on Winnie Mandela Drive for 1 kilometer. In 400 meters, use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the ramp to N1 Western Bypass. Use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the ramp to N1 Western Bypass. In 600 meters, merge onto N1 Western Bypass. Continue on N1 Western Bypass.
It out because that's going to be necessary in order to sustain our relationship.
some couples would have what is popularly known as date nights. Once a week, Wednesday, Monday, whatever day that they choose. Self-care, is it something similar to that, where I say at least once a month I'm gonna go on holiday, at least twice in a year I'll be doing this thing or that other thing? Is it similar to the concept of self-care?
It's definitely similar, and it can look like that. But it doesn't have to be time away from your partner. I know couples who have different hobbies, but they can do them in one place. I know couples who agree that, we are together, but you are, whether you are reading your book or you are, having a mini spa session, and I'll just be in the next room doing something different. So it doesn't always have to translate into time apart. And that's why doing it daily matters. And it's not grand gestures. Often when we talk about self-care and self-love, we always think about the big things. But how about, practicing less self-criticism? Don't be so hard on yourself, because you are human. Be compassionate with your daily activities. Like, oh, I didn't get to this, I didn't get to this. Things like that can really just make you feel like you are not adequate for your relationship. So if you are kinder to yourself, it really does count, because you are able to be compassionate for your partner when they experience similar. And to always affirm our own worth, and not always tied to being affirmed or being told we are worthy because we are in a relationship.
How do I know if I'm not practicing enough self-care?
You will see it in that you will feel the pressure, because there are certain parts within us that call for our attention. For example, you'll be starting to be a little bit, unhappy. You'll be feeling like you are not, fulfilled. You'll be feeling like you're at a loss, or you'll be feeling like the expectations from the other partner, whether they've been communicated to you or whether you put yourself up as this superhero for the relationship, are just too much, and you're not getting the time or the capacity to meet all of them. So that's when you are falling short. So perhaps your own account of care is at a minus, because you've not looked after yourself.
Is there a chance of self-care being abused and overly indulged to an extent that I use it as an excuse in a relationship for me not to do certain things, and I disguise it as self-care? And I'd be saying, great, I'm going away with the boys for a week, and we're going to Canada, and it's just self-care, baby. You're not coming with. I just need time away. And then again, I come back and, I was on a date alone. That's self-care. And something else and something else. Can it be exploited, abused, and misused to the peril of a relationship?
I think so. I think it definitely can, and that's why the open dialogue is always necessary, because what it looks like to you, it doesn't look the same to me. And for us to care for ourselves means that there's a time for us to care for the relationship. So it can't be one, just as much as being in the relationship and caring for the unit over yourself can be damaging, the inverse is true. So that's why if it looks like a trip away from me, for you that's okay. What does it look like for me, so that I feel like I'm appeased, or I feel like you're not trying to escape whatever we may be going through at that time.
Yeah. And Refila, I'm assuming, I'm not an expert on these things, but I'm assuming that communicating very well with your partner on issues of self-care is critical to avoid ambiguities and unspoken expectations. And how to introduce that topic in a relationship, especially if you started before you even thought of self-care. How do you then bring it up out of nowhere in a way that would seem sensitive and acceptable in a relationship, where it doesn't insinuate that now you want to reconfigure and re-engineer a relationship that was seemingly going well?
First, the mindset is that, we always need to be agile in relationships. I think there's a status quo that we can get to that everybody will relax. But the right kind of place for conversations is always number one. When you look at what's happening between the two of you, you need to find the right moment, because sometimes something that's well-meaning can get out of hand because it was simply not the right time. So something like, I'd like us to, babe, I'd like us to have a conversation about something important to me. When is it a good time for us to chat? And when they do eventually give you that time, you need to frame it as a shared goal. Because self-love should also exist, on the other side. So you can't frame it as something that's for you. Both of you need to be caring for one another individually. So you just ask them, that's what we're thinking about, how we can go from both of us and support in our relationship. Do you think, the concept of self-care can benefit us, perhaps? And how do you define it for us? Just always make it as a goal to the limit, because, like I said, by the time you get to burnout, the way you are going to say it is not it's not always going to be received how you need it, because you're coming from a place of you just being steady.
Well, I'm chatting to Refila Khamedi, relationship and dating coach, and this is Relationship Focus on 702. My name is Thabo Shalamashau. I'm in for Clement, and we're looking at self-care in a relationship. You looking after yourself in your relationship, intimate relationship that is, perhaps taking time away, and as Refila has already alluded to it, it doesn't mean you have to be away from your partner necessarily. It could be that you are reading a book and she's in the other room, or you're just quiet on your phone and you're just pampering yourself within a relationship. Can it be misconstrued as selfishness, as someone who does not consider the next in a relationship? And can it be abused? If you've just joined us, we'd love to hear from you. How do you practice self-care in your relationship? Is it even an issue in your relationship? How does your partner respond to it? At times, and Refila, this is going to sound very stupid, right? But I'd love for you to indulge me nonetheless, because relationships are not the same. And at times we want to impose our mold of a relationship onto others, as though it's a globally accepted format of a relationship. So how can perhaps what may be intended to be self-care create a wedge between a couple, between these two individuals that have started the journey? Can it have unintended consequences based on various reasons? Perhaps it's not understood well, or other reasons. Is that a factor at all, or am I just riding on a mountain somewhere with mountain lions and I'm out of kilter?
No, I think you have a point, and that's why I always advise couples to personalize, their relationship, because there is no standard, but we always behave as if there is, and the standard's always from our own worldview, and obviously it'll be different from our partners because something different informs theirs. And a partner might use self-love as perhaps a justification for consistently putting their own needs above the relationship, or they may be trying to perhaps avoiding conflict, because those hard feelings in the relationships, people are not always up to them. So they can use this me time as an effort to just plug out, if you may. So it's not, as a concept itself, it's not black and white. That's why, as early as possible, the conversation needs to be opened up to say, how do you fall back into yourself, or how do you often feel supported, or how can I be somebody that's there for you while still respecting your boundaries? Again, it is a shared phenomenon. It's not to say that if I feel like my self-care is, I don't know, maybe cleaning the house, and that alone time, because nobody's in the house, I've taken time out for it. If my partner feels like they need to take a trip for the weekend, I can't now see that as selfish, because that's not what I value. So you need to have the conversation early on to say, how does it look like for you? And how does it still invite me in? Because how would you like to feel supported by me when you do encounter, the need for being with yourself or looking after yourself? Perhaps I can facilitate it, because that's always an expression of love that you can, okay, my partner likes to have spa day, perhaps I can facilitate it, arrange to make sure she's there, because that still makes it about two of us. Because I was there and I put it together to show you that I care and to show you that after you've looked after yourself, I'm still here.
Interesting. It's 29 minutes to 12 o'clock. And Mbali Dlamini will give us the eyewitness news headlines. Feel free to also share into this conversation on 072 702 1702. Mbali, what's the latest?
Well, Thabo, a very good morning. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu is conducting an oversight visit at the old Buffelsfontein mine in Stilfontein. This is where thousands of illegal miners remain underground. Mchunu arrived in the northwest, where a government delegation has to discuss the illegal mining crisis in the province. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange has fined economist Thabi Leoka 500,000 rand for claiming to hold a PhD from the London School of Economics. Leoka has also been disqualified from holding the position of director or being officer of any company listed on the JSE for at least 5 years. And Gauteng Housing MEC Tasneem Motara has defended her department's pace in clearing the province's housing backlog. Motara told the legislature that the 6 billion rand allocated for housing is simply not enough. Those are the headlines. This Eyewitness News and more at midday or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this stage, Silverton Dale, we still have slow-moving traffic. This is on Storenville Road, between Petroleum and the N1, while in Dainfern, you can expect about a 20-minute delay on Winnie Mandela Drive. This is between Uranium and Erling. If you're heading towards Midrand, leaving Alex, slow-moving traffic on the N3 northbound between Marlborough Drive and the Pretoria Interchange. Also, if you are heading towards Germiston, that's coming from the Edenvale area. Slow-moving traffic on the N3 southbound between Modderfontein Road and Linksfield Road. There's also slow-moving traffic. This is if you're traveling from Kempton Park heading towards Bedford View. R24 westbound Edenvale on the R24 westbound between Edenvale Road and the Interchange. If you come across any other traffic issues, please SMS us on 31702. We are also on X at EWN Traffic.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Perhaps you want to impress your friends with your Mercedes-Benz or enjoy your Kota in a Toyota. Maybe it's time to get rowdy in an Audi or race the bar with a Jaguar. Whichever car starts your party, you're bound to find it at Bidbest McCarthy. We have all these brands and so much more. You're guaranteed to find what you're looking for. Bidbest McCarthy. Our people deliver.
Always. Specsavers now looks after your hearing as well as your vision with Specsavers Audiology. With 60 stores and counting, we are South Africa's largest audiology group. For a limited time only, buy one rechargeable hearing aid and get 50% off the second. You heard right. Buy one rechargeable hearing aid and get 50% off the second. Find your nearest store at specsavers.co.za. Specsavers Audiology. Test your hearing and join the conversation. T's and C's apply. We've brought you the next 5 seconds of silence so you can take a deep breath. While a few seconds of calm won't solve all your problems, being a part of an organization that supports you in your directorship duties will help. Go to iodsa.co.za to renew your Institute of Directors South Africa membership or to join more than 9,000 other directors We've already signed up.
702 and Corporate Stack here with Renault, talking about the DP World and Motorist Community Trust Initiative.
We accepted that case, and we felt that we cannot just sell cars. We also need to look after the people that are buying our cars in any way form that can help.
Your particular focus has been on educational assistance to underprivileged communities. Tell me about the work you're doing in that space.
You know, somebody once said you can give somebody a fish, they will eat it. Tomorrow they will be hungry again. But we felt education is a better way in which we as a company can participate in, because there was a study that we done that shows that grade 4 learners were better to read, and we felt it's better maybe we can add value in that space by providing libraries and providing books and support structure in that form.
Renault's contribution to the library and literary program gives more than 97 learners access to library resources on a daily basis. Visit imperial-motorstrust.co.za for more.
Clicks is here to make your festive shopping as easy as can be. Stand a chance to win 2,500 Rand in Clicks Club cashback. Download the Clicks app, mix, match, and fill your cart with your favorite 3 for 2 purple sticker items. Then WhatsApp a screenshot to 072-702-1702. Include your name and ID number, and we could call you back. Thanks to Clicks. Feel good, pay less on 702. T's and C's and more on PrimeMediaPlus.com.
Walking the talk.
This is 702.
702.
Between 1 and 3, Radio Bukhile will join you for another riveting conversation on his show. Radio Bukhile is here with us to tell us what's coming up. Hey, Radio Bukhile, hope you're good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Coming up on the show today, our talking Hot Luck Club in Johannesburg will be joined by the head chef for this conversation and hear about his journey with food. Unplugged on 702 afternoon, we're speaking to Newsom, singer, songwriter, who's going to be coming to also happen to be a poet, who'll be performing for us. And then the other side of Australia, we are joined by Dr. Mandela.
Wow. I'll be tuned in, Radio Bukhile. Can't wait, especially for the upside of failure. All that and more between 1 and 3 with Radio Bukhile Marucha. It's 22 minutes to go.
Let's walk the talk on 92.7
And 106 FM.
Back to our discussion, 072-702-1702. Relationship focus. How do you prioritize the self-care and the self-love attitude in a relationship? Do you do that? Do you look at your partner and say, hey babe, this is just self-care for me, I'm going away, or I'm going to do this? And is it even a conversation in your relationship, the issue of self-care? Does it come up? Have you raised it? What was the response of your partner to the issue of self-care? You looking after yourself in a relationship. And given that there could be so much miscommunication, I'm sure in some instances it can create some tensions. And if it's working for you, please share with us. How has it been working? On 072-702-1702, or you can just call us right now on 011-883-0702. My guest is Refilwe Khamedi, relationship and dating coach. Refilwe, we're back again. I just wanted to find out from you, can self-care be what the other partner does for me in a relationship? For instance, can I say, I feel like some self-care, but I'd really enjoy it if you buy me a chocolate. I'd feel like it's care for me somehow.
By definition, it's you doing it for yourself.
I'm trying my luck.
But I think the other partner can facilitate that. For example, perhaps they are on their way home. That's what you'd like for them to bring. So, but by definition, it's things that you do for yourself to obviously enrich your mental, emotional, and physical state in order to show up better. And now about medium days can translate both into quality time and self-care. So there are actions that support the relationship. You know, a spa date can be self-care as well as easier for the relationship. Like the conversation, both of the order not to weaponize the phenomenon. But I understand people want to isolate as to gather their thoughts or to, you know, just refresh in order to keep up the relationship. So it doesn't mean one's right over the other. It's not a how of showing that yes, you like you need to self-care, but you are not using it as a to be mindful or to put effort back into the relationship. Because some people cower if things get tough. They go back into their own shell. And I don't have the language to tell you that that's what's happening to me because I don't feel safe or I don't feel secure that you receive it and you're not having just the experience of not knowing how to deal with it. And I'd like some time alone. So I don't know how to tell you that because I don't want you to think that I'm rejecting you or no advances to be together. So there are times where I will just feel that I'm just looking after myself at the moment. And I think we will say, partners with each other, we will think that, okay, I think it's because X, Y, Z, in which case, we will revisit the issue at a later time.
Is my partner allowed to say that they do not agree with my methods of self-care?
Sure, big one. But yes, and you know, not agreeing, I hope, does not translate into therefore do not do it. There are always be things that you don't agree with. For example, you know, in relationships, we tend to want to agree with people's feelings, and that's like people feel what they feel, and we are in no position to want to agree or to give them permission to feel that way. So, you know, if you agree with something that's like for now, like I feel like I will care for myself if I perhaps embark on a journey into therapy. So I might feel that that maybe isn't something I've done. Sounds drastic because maybe I pray or I talk to so and so and I really need to sort it out. That's fine, but that doesn't give you the right to dictate how that's something to look like to the other person. Yeah.
Definitely. 072-702-1702. Let's take a voice note.
Alright, the issue of spending time from I don't know if it affects some relationships. Imagine my wife, as soon as I'm away for an extended period, maybe like most of the day, then I would say maybe shortly before 8 or 9, just up to that. I agree with that because I think it's more activism than anything.
Really? Yeah, she doesn't warm up to the idea. Let us know, how does it work out in your relationship? Refuge?
That's, you know, for me, if I think about that, there's other things that are going on. It's not as isolated, and I don't think that to drop shit when someone came back. But again, as I said earlier, caring for yourself can't trump caring for the relationship. So have they got point in the relationship? Have either got the other care for the other one. So they're caring for it's just bringing so many things that help you for the other. They all make that. But of course, it's also a position to do well that you can show up fully and so yeah, one needs to examine what other things were happening around the time for conflict, but I don't think it is simply because the person is doing that. And also, are we taking care of our own by definition, there are things that are expected of us as well, you know. And I don't know, this is only different for people who are married and people who are not. There are things that need to be done. And then, but need to be open enough to share them with your partner and say, okay, I know I said today I'm gonna, I don't know, clear the garage. I think I'll do it on Saturday or whatever, at a different time. I'm going to do so my company or whatever it is. At the moment, I'm just the right person with my stress into it. So this open conversations will always be going on.
500 Rand in Clicks Club cashback, and you can win that right now. Very simple. All you have to do is download the Clicks app, mix match, and fill your cart with your favorite 3 for 2 purple sticker items. If you just do that now, if you just download your Clicks app right now, and then you just pick and mix and match the 3 for 2 purple sticker items on Clicks, and then WhatsApp us right away. WhatsApp us a screenshot right now, and you could just walk away with the 2,500 Rand in the Clicks Club card cashback. And you can just WhatsApp it to 072-702-1702. But you need to include your name, your ID number, and we could call you back right now, right here, and announcing you as a winner. So don't forget to do it right now. If you don't have an app, just download the app and mix, match, and fill your cart with your 3 favorite 3 for 2 purple item stickers, and then WhatsApp it to us 072-702-1702. Don't forget your name and your ID number. Thanks to Clicks. Feel good, pay less on 702. T's and C's and more on PrimeMediaPlus.com.
Did you know that most statistics for commercial and social research are tested for accuracy at a 95% confidence level? As specialists in the field, we do tests between 90 and 99% confidence levels. This is not to be confused with our name. Plus 94 is a celebration of the miracle post 94 in South Africa. We can still test the accuracy of your data at 94%. It is in our name to give you the confidence you need. Plus 94 Research, the science of decision making.
In 2024, business isn't just about the bottom line, but also about the people. Liberty Corporate Benefits believes that what matters to people matters to business. Join the Liberty Leading Edge Symposium on the 15th of November at the Senton International Convention Center, and join top experts as they explore the maximizing effect of care and learn how fostering a culture of care drives growth, enhances employee well-being, and creates positive societal impact. To register, visit liberty.co.za/Leading Edge Symposium.
Santa! Your Merlin is here!
Oh, yes, all because of GWM.
How come?
Well, kiddo, if you buy a new Haval Jolian City or the luxurious Haval H6 before the end of 2024, you'll pay absolutely nothing for the next 6 months.
GWM just keeps on giving.
Go with more. Visit gwm.co.za or visit your nearest GWM dealership. T's and C's apply.
This is the sound of a typical business loan application. Hi, I need to apply for a business loan. It's pretty urgent.
You are caller number 137. Your call is important to us.
Is it? This is the sound of a business loan application with Bridgement. That's it. Call-free, paper-free, and stress-free. Apply online in 2 minutes. Access up to 5 million Rand in 24 hours. Visit bridgement.com today. T's and C's apply. Bridgement. Business funding simplified.
Walking the talk.
This is 702.
702.
Relationship and dating coach Refilwe Khamedi is my guest on Relationship Focus, how to prioritize self-care and self-love in a relationship. Are those things that you speak about in your relationship? How does your partner receive it? When you tell them that you do need some self-care and you do need to practice self-care, do you encourage your partner to practice self-care. 072 702 1702 or call us on 011 883 0702. Refile, do you think that perhaps this is somehow of a newly accepted phenomenon of self-care? Because traditionally the definition of relationships the definition was a bit different, in a sense that you thought you're in it for the other person and the other person only. And perhaps unlearning and relearning new skills, relearning new patterns of a relationship can be a bit difficult. Have you found, as a relationship coach, that there is an impediment of sorts to accept the phenomenon of self-care in a relationship?
I think definitely. I think that previously, the call for a relationship is, like that sacrifice, ultimate sacrifice. You almost die to self and, become of service to another person. And I think over time we've seen how that's not sustainable, because, ultimately you do still get partners that, for them that's it. I'm of service, and, until death do us part, I only want to dedicate me to this. And if it's out of choice, we can't judge, but oftentimes you get later in the years that a person is resentful, and they feel like, I gave my life to this relationship, and at times they were not asked whether they should give their lives, whether that's what they want. It's because that's their understanding of what it formed, how to sustain the relationship. If this is all it took, I think, we'd know about divorce rates not being so high. But perhaps one can, there's many reasons that this may be, that we need to observe the relationship differently. I mean, I know COVID, for one, gave us the language in order for us to express just how either unsafe or traumatizing certain things can be, or things that building boundaries, that will allow you to care for the relationship and care for yourself. We didn't think such things mattered until all we had was downtime with one another, and we saw that, okay, being on top of each other and spending time, with each other and only with each other has an effect on mental health. And unfortunately, the signs are there, and the science is there that you do need alone time as much as social time, as much as you need time with your partner.
Yeah, and there's a cultural dynamic that we didn't touch on a little bit earlier, isn't it? Where in a certain culture, or also religiously, where the role of one partner is deemed to be this. And any sign or semblance of self-care is shunned upon.
That's correct. It actually, it happens a lot, and that is why now people are questioning whether the phenomenon of marriage is for them, because in some circles it's still being understood as, the age-old, for perhaps for the woman, or for, the primary caregiver for the children, and that's the expectation. And if this person is absent from the home, things are chaotic, because every responsibility is on them. And we've seen time and time again that, it really is not sustainable, because in order for her to be at her best, she would definitely need, for her to be cared for, and vice versa. Because I see a lot of men taking up the role of being home and caring for the kids, and it really is, it's a tough job. But if you guys have that openness where you are highlighting the benefits for the actions of the relationship as them benefiting both of you,